Well, listen, first of all, I think the whole gun control debate is driving, everybody's buying guns and ammo right now, and rightly so. I think they're afraid that the president and the Congress are going to pass gun control legislation taking the stuff away. And so I think that's partly driving it. But with respect to this ammunition issue in DHS, this kind of got on my radar shortly after I got sworn in as chairman in February. And it's now, my constituents, it's kind of reaching critical mass. I think as you have mentioned, you're getting a lot of calls and emails on this. So in February, I initiated through our congressional investigative arm, which is the Government Accountability Office, I launched an investigation into this issue. So I met with a team of investigators. They're now investigating, reviewing this, and outside of the executive branch investigation to determine what is the truth here. My constituents and the American people deserve answers as to why they have purchased such a large amount of ammunition. Now, they'll tell you, look, we purchased a 5-year advance contract to save money, and that's why the number looks so big. Now, to some extent, that does make some sense, but we really don't have all the answers right now. And this is, again, getting the secretary, putting her before my committee when we return after Easter, is, again, one of the tough questions that we're going to ask her. And, everybody demands and should, is entitled to an answer to this stuff.
Congressman, she was asked this before, and she avoided the question. She would not give an answer. If the answer is simply we're buying, like the Sam's Club does, where you go and buy, 50 rolls of toilet paper, why wouldn't she just say that? She would not provide an answer. Do you feel?
Well, I think that's part of the problem is, the department, typical, they're not responding to these questions. They haven't provided any answers, and that's what's very frustrating to the American people. And then my job as Chairman of Homeland Security is to provide that oversight, bring her before the committee, demand the answers to the tough questions, which is precisely what we're going to do. And when this investigation is concluded, we'll know what the reality is. I mean, I can't tell you, Matt, what in fact this is all about, other than we are investigating it. And that she will testify to this when she comes before the Homeland Security Committee. And, your listeners, my constituents, the American people deserve answers to those questions.
You are telling us this afternoon that you will get to the bottom of this. You will, I'm sure, make every effort. What happens if she looks at you, Mr. Chairman, and just says, I'm not answering that question, or you don't get an answer? I mean, what's next? I mean, how do you compel her? I mean, we've seen this with Holder, when he doesn't want to give an answer. What can you do? What is within your legal right, I guess?
Well, I mean, the ultimate hammer I have is subpoena power. So in order to exercise that power, I have to first, try to get the information voluntarily. So she is prepared to testify. If she dodges and doesn't answer the question, then we could subpoena that information. So I do think I do think she'll answer the question. And, like you said, I think part of this is that they haven't responded to this issue. And so the American people don't really understand what this is all about. I personally don't want to believe that, to the paranoia level that the federal government's going to go to war with its own people. I just don't think that's, the case. But they haven't adequately responded, and therefore it raises a lot of issues. And that, I think they've created some of this problem, with themselves. So that's why I think an independent investigation that I have initiated will answer a lot of these questions. And I think also the Secretary herself, bring her before the Congress, will testify and give a response, and answering these questions. And if not, then I do have the power to subpoena.
Texas Congressman Mike McCaul joining us, and I just want you to know that the Congressman reached out, said, listen, we'd like to come on the show, talk about anything that you want. That was very nice. I appreciate that. Let's talk about, I really do. It's great to have that kind of a relationship.
I think it's important, too, that, because this issue, everywhere I go, it comes up. And I think I think that, the reason why I'm on your radio show, the reason why I was on other radio shows this morning, is to address this very issue. But look, the chairman, who now happens to be a Texan, is going to get the answers. And we've launched an investigation. We're going to holler before the committee to answer these questions, and we're going to get those answers.